Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's a Friday. Happy weekend. I hope it treats you well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for choosing to watch this video. I will never stop saying thank you to you guys because you show me love and kindness every single time, and I truly appreciate that. And today I will be giving you a cleaning motivation. Nothing unusual, as we know that in this channel we do cleaning, we do cooking, we do baking, we do laundry, occasionally vlogs, but yeah, that's what we do. And if you are new here, welcome. I thank you for being here. My name is Mulebo. I am a housewife, or yeah, it's called housewife, but or should I say a homemaker, because we know the term housewife these days doesn't hold the same thing that we used to think that it holds. So yeah, and I'm a mother to one child. I have one child who is 19-year-old. He's a son, it's a boy, and I have a fair baby, four-legged baby, Kara. She's my absolute delight, my daughter, my everything. In this channel, we love our daughter, our baby Kara. She's the light of the day. She's the light of our life, and we love dogs. Unfortunately, I cannot afford to have more. My husband will kill me. But if it was up to me, Kara would have, two maids, but you know how things are expensive in this country at the moment. So thank you so much to my returning subscribers. Thank you to my returning viewers. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you to my new viewers. I hope that one day you guys will join the family and subscribe to the channel. So since we are cleaning, guys, let's have a little bit of a chat, because I'm not going to go and say, oh, I'm wiping the shower and what. Yes, there are times where I feel like, okay, I can explain what I'm doing, but I think most of the time cleaning is always the same. It's always the same. If I see something that I need to explain, I will explain it. But I want to talk about something, guys, that I've always experienced. But lately, as an adult, as a young lady or a child, not so much. Yeah, maybe then, because I'm from a poor family. But as I grow old, guys, I don't know what to call. Is it called classism? I think in South Africa there is a lot of classism. I have stories for days, guys. How do you guys deal with that? Do you guys come across something like that, or it's only me? Personally, it started when I started wearing a head wrap, and I was born in a certain religion. It's the only thing that I know, and I always knew that as I grow old, especially after I got married, I would have to cover my head. Though there are some people from my religion that don't, but for me, because I believe so much in my religion, I knew that after I got married, I will have to come to terms with the fact that I have to cover my head. So what happened, since I started doing that, since I started covering my head, I have experienced a lot of classism. For some weird reason, it is associated with dumbness. That if you are wearing a skirt, if you are wearing a head wrap, you are somewhat dumb, or you don't know anything. I don't know. I can't speak for other religious groups that wear head wraps, but I can talk about mine. I remember one day Theo was still in primary. So as always, it was December. It was just a weekend before the holiday, the 16th holiday, just after. It wasn't long after Black Friday. So with me, no man, Black Friday had passed way before, but I know there was still that hype of a festive season. So it was a weekend. I know that the 16th was somewhere during the week. So with how I've always done the things, on that weekend I used to make sure that before I even start to go and do any shopping for Christmas, I would make sure that Theo's stationery is bought, his uniform is bought, anything that had to do with his school would be ready, because I never wanted to find myself in a position where it's January and we have overspent. So okay, fine. I take him, we go to Eastgate Mall. We were still living in town, Beria. We go to Eastgate Mall, we shopped. We used a taxi to go there, and then after work my husband came and joined us, and it was already late. Well, that was a plan, that I'm gonna go late in the afternoon so that he can pick us up and help us with the plastics and all of that. So he came, and then when we are done, we realized that it's late, man. We can't now go, and I can't cook, and I hadn't cooked before I left. For weird reason, I thought I was gonna be done before 6 p.m. or something. But we wanted to eat. We wanted takeaway, but we wanted to eat out, but we didn't want to make it a takeout. We kind of wanted to sit down, have something to eat, a relaxing dinner, and then go home. And then you are there and you realize, stores, restaurants will be closing soon. It's late. We are not really going to relax. In festive season, the stores close late. So we're thinking, okay, let's rather drive to Monte Casino. And then, okay, fine, we drive to Monte Casino because they close late there. The restaurants there close very late. And then we decide to go into Spur. Guys, when we got there, none of the waiters and waitresses wanted to attend to us. Now that I think about it, I think that's what made me rebellious, in a sense that I make sure that most of the time you can never tell what the hell is going on with my life, So we got there, and then no one wanted to attend to us. So in that moment, I think I was just wearing a simple dress with pumps, and Theo was just wearing shorty with workmates. Oh, my baby wore workmates up until I could not find a size for him. I never rushed into buying him the brands and all of that. And my husband was wearing safety shoes, work suits and all of that. And I think they looked at us, and you can imagine, we've been at the mall for quite a while. I'm sure now, even our faces, we hadn't had chance to clean up. You're thinking, okay, I'll go to the restaurant, then when I get there I will. But then again, you don't really think that people are not going to serve you because you look a certain way. And then when we got there, they all ran away from us. It was so embarrassing, guys, the waitress and the waiters. And then when they actually allocated us a table by the supervisor, the manager, there were still things on the table. It was not cleared. And my husband actually made it a point to say to him, your staff actually did not want to serve us, So in my mind, I asked myself, why though? Are you gonna judge us because of how we dressed or how we look, or the fact that I do not have makeup on? And mind you, I do wear makeup. I've worked in cosmetics for some time as a beauty consultant then, when makeup was still makeup, when it wasn't as complicated as this. I do work for 2 companies for a few years. I can wear my makeup if I have to, and properly. But I'm not gonna wear makeup even when it's not necessary, So for me, in that moment, I asked myself that, why? Is it because we did not look like we have money, or we looked like we will not be able to pay them tip, or whatever? I would love to indulge more into what happened after that, but that will be disclosing too much. But for me, it was so disappointing, because it's our brothers and sisters that are doing this, and I'm always an advocate that I know that some of them do not have a basic salary, so they depend on that tip that you give them. And in that moment, I was grateful that I had worked in retail, where we were trained and taught that when you come from your house, when you enter your place of work, you activate your crocodile smile. It must be up all the time, especially on days that you don't feel like it, but your crocodile smile must be up. On days where you are happy, obviously it's gonna come naturally, but when you are down, you have to activate your crocodile smile. And that worked, because there was never a day where a customer would complain about you or what. So in nowadays, I'm thinking that things have changed, and it has come with a lot of classism, that we judge people with how they look or how they dress, or we assume that they are poor. And guys, I don't know how many times someone will stand by my gate and ask for the owner or the mlungu, So again, I ask, the fact that I'm not wearing a weave, does that mean that when you are wearing a head wrap, that means you are working for someone? Does that mean that you cannot have a home? What does it mean for us as Black people? Why do we do that to ourselves or to each other? Why? I don't understand it. And there was another incident where I went to a friend's wedding, and her best friend came in, and she was taking orders for drinks, ne? And because I'm wearing a head wrap, she was like, no, and I'm like, and she just jumped me, didn't ask me what I drink. So the fact that I'm wearing a head wrap, it's like I don't deserve anything. I don't drink. You make assumptions that because I'm wearing a head wrap, that means I don't drink. Yes, I don't drink, but I'm sure there's an alternative. We are friends, we are schoolmates here, and then you jump me like that. And I didn't want anything. Most of the time when I go somewhere, especially to an event, I'm not gonna stress you about the fact that I hadn't eaten or I hadn't drunk or whatever. But when someone does that to me, I go to that point that, okay, I had taken my time, I had taken my money, put on petrol, came here, and you are going to treat me like, because I'm wearing a head wrap, then that means you can't offer me a drink. And one of the ladies said, oh no, Mulebu also drinks. Can you please bring her a soft drink, obviously. And I was so proud of her because me, I wasn't going to, guys. I was not going to. I was just gonna let it go. But I think I'm for me in that moment, I felt like we sometimes fail our friends because we use our own things in their things. Because the lady that I had went to the wedding for, she's a lovely woman. She is a lovely woman. She would never, but it's us as friends that end up messing other people's things. Why? And then it comes back to what? Classism. The assumption. You are assuming that because I'm wearing a head wrap, that means whatever. And I'm thinking, our mother, Winnie Mandela, wore her head wrap most of the time. Our African mothers wore their head wraps most of the time, including people in high places now. When they say they're going to something, the politicians, something so important, they will have a head wrap on their head. So us as the generation for now, when did we get to the point where you assume that a certain person, because they are looking a certain way, that means they are dumb, they don't have, they cannot afford, all those kind of things. And I've also experienced this one time in Sandton, Woolworths. I wanted to buy a perfume. And then there's this lady that always serves us. She's a lovely woman. And then on that day, I think she was on the other side of the department. And she's like to this other one, customer, there's a customer. And that one just left because of how we look. Or how I look, because I'm wearing a head wrap, I'm wearing a long dress and all of that. And all that means I cannot afford it. I'm not going to talk about other people. I'll talk about my experiences. That's fine. I cannot afford it. I'll take that. But once in a while, even if I just come and say, okay, I want to buy a perfume one day, what can you recommend for me and all of that? Is that not what salespeople are supposed to do, guys? Is that not what they're supposed to do? If I tell you, that has led to my husband. Whenever we say we go shopping, guy wears flops. If we go anywhere, he's wearing flops. I don't know if you guys have seen some of my videos. My husband is always wearing flops. Ne? At first, he was like, okay, I don't want people to respect me because of how I look. I want them to respect me for me. If they're going to treat me a certain way, let it be that way. It drives me insane that he's wearing flops, but I also understand that sometimes when you want to, relax and be you. I don't have a problem with him wearing flops, but he wears them a lot. I hope he doesn't watch this video. He should not watch this video because I've never complained. And I'm not complaining, but I'm saying you should just mix a bit, But I'm also following in suit. And then before him wearing flops, guys, if I'm gonna go and say I'm going to the stores or I'm going shopping, hey, I'll wear my sishwesh. Do not be surprised if you meet me somewhere and I'm wearing sishwesh. Hey, I'll wear a sishwesh because I want people to like. If you're going to classify me, do it. I'm not going to come with full-on makeup and I will never do that. But I was just wondering, why do we always look at each other in a way that we categorize other people? Why do we do that? Why can't Molebogeng just be Molebogeng? Why can't I at some point not so long ago, I've cut someone that I had just started knowing and I really liked that particular person, but they started asking me silly questions. Silly questions that I did not understand. And I don't know that, especially on social media, you don't, if we are on a social media, our personal life has nothing to do with social media. Let's engage as a normal people. I don't understand. I've had someone ask me if my husband has many wives or if he's got 2 wives, if I'm the first wife and there's another wife, and I'm like, but why? No, I'm the only wife. We've known each other since we were teenagers. We were friends for many years before we were in a relationship and before we even got married. So we've been in each other's life for more than 20 years. A lot. Maybe we are going there almost, it's almost there. It's way past 20. But I've had silly questions where a person, because I look or I dress a certain way, they believe that they cannot, I don't know if they cannot, I don't know, but I've had that person, when they started asking me those questions, I cut them off. I don't want people like that in my life. I don't like negativity. I don't like classism. I think I said this in my previous video that if I like you, I like you. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you practice voodoo or if you are a Christian or if I like you, I like you. And I don't that for me, especially on social media, it's easy because I don't bring people into my space. I don't have friends, but I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy chatting to people. I enjoy connecting with people. But can we do better in terms of classism? We don't need that in our lives. We should not care about how much money someone has in their bank account. We shouldn't. And this thing it's so bad even in workplaces, But anyway, guys, I hope I gave you a little bit of motivation, and then I hope to see you on my next video. Take care. Bye.